Hello everyone, I hope you've had a great day so far and that you're doing well. For this video we'll be going through an unboxing of the high grade 1 to 144 Gundam Astray red frame inversion, and this is from the Gundam Breaker Battlogue series released by Bandai in 2021. So I've recently had some of the quote-unquote P-Bandai kits come through, the inversion being one, just trying to remember the other two, basically everything but the red Zaku, as it wasn't filled at the time. So there'll be a few of these videos coming up in the near future, but I thought I would start with the inversion. So I have gone through the original 6 retail Battlogue sets, and I will probably put a link to that playlist somewhere. In fact, it'll probably be a card. Now, this being that quote-unquote P-Bandai, I won't be able to link off to HobbyLink Japan. I did acquire this elsewhere, but I will still put a link to at least the standard 6 retail, just as a bit of a continuation from the previous 6 videos. Anyway, here we have the front of the box. So a nice shot of the red frame inversion. Is it basically just a repainted Astray red frame? From what I understand, yes, it is basically a redeco. But I think there have been some slight tweaks, mainly in the arm joints, but we'll see. So there's front cover art. Does look very nice, and anything red and black is basically an almost automatic grab for me. Front and rear shot of the inversion. Yes, some of these will be stickers, although in this case it was probably professionally painted. Nice little comment about mounting things onto the backpack. We have a blurb about the inversion, as well as some extra bits and pieces. One of these days I will have to read through some of those. And then we have some nice action poses with the flight unit, the Gerber straight, beam rifle shield, basically a Baku head as a pseudo lightsaber, and yes, so that's pretty cool. Most of that would have been pretty much exactly per the original red frame. Sides of the box, pretty much just rinse and repeat of the cover art, and the top of the box. So we have the introduction to Battlogue and some interesting combination. The head of the inversion, the body of the Barbatorus, the arms of the Gundam Sky, the legs of the Goof, and the backpack of the Live Lance Heaven. That's, yeah. What do you say to that? I don't know. It almost gives me weird vibes of someone's discount Devil Gundam. But anyway, moving on. So that was the outside of the box. I will pull off the lid in terms of what is inside. So 1, 2, 3, 4 bags, and the manual at the bottom, all in color. I will admit it's very weird to see a quote-unquote P-Bandai in actual color. No monochromatic color to be seen here. Despite the size of the box, the runners actually look a lot smaller than I recall. And again, it is the red frame, so we'll see. So I'll crack open these runners and we will have a better look at everything that is inside. Okay, with everything now out of the box. Here we have the front of the manual, cover art once again, a front view of the Inversion, and then some more interesting background about the Inversion, as well as the material Gunpla, which was the Gundam Astray Red Frame Flight Unit. Why do I think I would have said Red Flame Flight Unit? Although, with that colour scheme, it's not half wrong. But there you have it. So that's the front of the manual. Back of the manual, so just look at the customized plan. So all the action poses that we saw on the side of the box. And here's just a little blurb just about Gundams with similar armaments. So you have the Gundam Marchosius from IBO, and from 00 the, gosh, why do I hate pronunciations? I feel like that's not spelled right, but the Master Roll. Yeah, it's been a while. I'm gonna leave it as that. Front to back, in terms of what's inside. So we do have a nice parts list in color, which I actually quite like. I don't know if it will keep happening, but we'll see. 2 A's with undergating, 2 D's, an F, a G with undergating, H, an XB2, 2 beam saber effects, and polycaps, and a sticker sheet. Not too bad. I forgot this was undergating. That makes life a lot easier. Now, before we get into everything else, there's that interesting little behemoth of a custom. Yeah, it's the body. It was either a case of you need a different body because it looks terribly long. So a different torso would have been cool, or different set of legs. But anyway. 10 points for creativity, that's for sure. Anyway, in terms of the build the body. Now, I believe those XB2 pieces are different for this red frame, so it does change the arm joints around a little bit, which will be interesting. Build the backpack, head and arms, and then put those together, go through the right leg. And what else do we have? Left leg, the waist, the copious amount of weapons. Yes, there will be some stickers for the scabbard, shield, which also has a little bit of stickers, the backpack, and then putting stuff together. And for this one, there's just because that XB runner also has some backpack adapters included as well. So that is pretty cool. So most of that manual, if you've seen the original Fright unit, it was in there. So that was the manual, which we will ultimately come back to in a little bit. Quick look at the sticker sheet. So a lot of color correcting ones for the scabbard, which is to be expected, and then there's some other color correcting ones, some lenses, eyes, and things like that. So your usual run-of-the-mill sticker sheet. In terms of the runners, so as we know, there are 2 A runners in this very nice dark red burgundy. So A2 is basically a copy of the left half of A1. Otherwise, as I was saying, that single deep burgundy colour. Good detailing as to be expected for the red frame. So a lot of that will be, as you can imagine, will be joints and various parts here and there. So those are the 2 A runners. Now we have 2 D runners. I can get the second one. And these are basically in black. Now D1 I feel is... D1 is not a copy. There you go. In fact, D1 is probably part of that. So both in that nice solid black. So D1 has your various external armor parts. So this would have been white on the original red frame. And D2 more of these nice black parts, which, as I alluded to with D1, would have been white for the original red frame. That'll be cool. I like the colors already. Those are the 2 D runners. We have a single F runner in a bit of a... It's definitely a grey. Shadow grey? Yeah, that's a shadow grey. So that's the F runner. So various bits and pieces, feet, backpack, weapons, shield, things like that. That's the one runner of that. The single G runner back in that nice burgundy red. Bits of the shield, backpack, feet, venting, head, things like that. The H runner in, this is probably more of a solid grey. Backpack, joints, sword, the Baku head, and things like that. So that was the H. The XB2. Now this is going to be unique to this one. So on the far left, parts 1 and 2 will be for the revised shoulders. 4 and 5, I believe, are your adapter parts. 3s, I'm not too sure what 3s are. I feel it could be for the feet, but I'm not too sure, because those ball sockets do look a bit small. So there you go. This will be unique to the Inversion. You will not see this in the original red frame. So that was that XB2. We have the polycaps in that burgundy red. In fact, it's my favorite O&O polycaps. Very interesting to see this in a red, since it's always usually been grey, and a bit of black. So that's that one. And then lastly, do them together. The favorite, figure out which way they go. So we have 2 SB runners, SB9, SB6. So the 6 with the rounded ends, this will be, if the camera ever focuses, maybe not today. Anyway, SB6 will be for the beam effects on the Baku head, and then SB9 is your usual flat-ended beam saber effects. Yes, camera. Oh, so now you want to try and zoom in. Oh well, I don't know. 2 of those. So that brings us to an end of the unboxing of the Gundam Astray red frame Inversion. So I'm quite enjoying the inverted color scheme for the red frame. Not to say that the red and white was bad, but for me, this is a good color palette. I quite like it. And if I ever build it, I'm sure I'm going to have to try and take a picture of it next to the... I have suddenly had a mental blank. Next to the dark matter. That was unusual and unexpected, which is funny because I quite like the dark matter. Anyway, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, whilst I didn't get this from Hobby Link Japan, I will include a link to the original, well, the first 6 Gundam Breaker Battlogue kits over at Hobby Link Japan. for anyone who was inclined to still grab one or two of those. Thank you very much for watching this video. Feel free to leave a like, a comment, subscribe if you enjoyed this video. All of this does help support the channel, and I do greatly appreciate it. Extra content can be found on my Instagram account, link in the description below. Stay safe and take care, and I will catch you all in the next video. See ya.